to work today, doing a little bit of shadowing. That way I can learn their system a little bit. I already know how to do my job, it's just how do I do it with their computers. So did that today. Got to do that again tomorrow and the next day. Figured I'd chit chat with y'all for a minute because wow, this is different. This is very different. You know, you don't really think too much about it when you're in wherever you're at and you just live your life day to day. And you have dreams and things of stuff you want to do, but you never really, not necessarily everybody, of course, but sometimes you just don't really think that you can do it. But you can. And sometimes you end up having it to where you make some pretty big dreams. That just means that you have to be really froggy and really jump. That's what I feel like I've done. Yeah, we were perfectly fine down there. Bills were nice and caught up and everything. Had a nice little cushion for, you know. But now, we're broke. Which is fine. Still working, you know, gonna build that back up. We're gonna sell the place down there. We'll get our nest egg back. But now we have this. Got this awesome shipping container. All of our stuff's in there. Here pretty soon, by October, that truck will be paid off. We'll have pretty much no debt, except for if we end up, well, I'm having to do a little bit of it right now. But that's okay. We'll get that all paid off. And then, oh my goodness, it's gonna be finish this up time. We're thinking we're gonna try to make this a little bit wider over here because it's a little too close. So we'll end up getting this stuff, doing these things this summer. We definitely have some stuff to do over here. Probably in the next week or so, after we really get this organized, because we've done a pretty good job organizing it, but we've got a few more things left to get from downstate. Once we get those up here, we'll be able to get that finished, organized, build a wall, make, you know, a doorway and whatnot so that it's separated. And then he'll be able to get his tools in there and we'll be able to tear down that shed, and then we'll be able to start working on trying to get that camper down here, which we're not going to do that until we get septic and water over here because we don't want to end up not having water. That would be silly. But we do have the possibility of staying at my mom and dad's in their loft that they're doing right now. So you never know what the future's going to hold. Hopefully we can get these things done, but there's always the possibility that we might not. So there's a fallback spot. But I think it's pretty dang awesome actually living here now. This is day 2 of waking up here with the cats, which actually they've been doing pretty good. The first day was a little, you know, they were pretty darn upset. That was quite a long ride for them, and the 2 cats, they've only ever really lived there. They've never really went anywhere. The calico that has the half face, she actually, when she was brought home by my youngest 14 years ago, she was a runt and her back legs didn't work. So, and she was very, very tiny. She wasn't expected to live. So when I would go to work in the morning, I would take her with my daughter over to my mom's house, which downstate, she was only about 10 minutes away down there too. I like to stay by my mommy. But she would take her with her every time. So she was in the car quite a lot as a kitten. So the car ride didn't really bother her at all. She just kind of curled up, went to sleep, and ignored the other cats. Well, the one cat, she likes to be outside 99% of the time, And she's 15 now. She's kind of calmed down a little bit, but she doesn't like being in the car at all. That's the one that was being very loud during the ride up. And then the other one, she's only 7. We got her in 2018, which all 3 of the cats are from my daughters. But she ended up not ever being in a car except for to go get fixed and to visit the vet. So she got herself all upset. She was drooling all over herself, you know, thinking that she's getting taken to the vet and getting shots or something. So, but now they're doing a lot better. They're actually like coming out of their little hiding spots. You know how cats are. They like to hide when they're in a new place. But hopefully they'll be doing all right. They should be fine. Now, they haven't tried to get out at all. I think they're just a little too freaked out. They've never lived in the woods before. And when they looked out the door and out the window, they were like... So, I think they're going to be a little bit more subdued for the next couple of weeks maybe. Once they get comfortable, I'm going to probably have to block the door though. So, hopefully we can get everything finished up and start on some bigger projects. Really want to get that septic and water done so we can move the house or camper house. Yeah, that's gonna be weird. Yeah, gotta go back to the camper. It's kind of silly. You never really think about living in a camper, but it's actually not too bad. I was surprised with how easy everything went in. Well, I'm crazy about organization, so pretty good about making things fit. One of my favorite games growing up was Tetris. So we can end up getting everything fit in there pretty good. He's trying to fix the refrigerator. It's been messed up for a little while. It doesn't get cold. So he's working on that, messing with it. He doesn't really want to do a video about it because he doesn't feel like getting dressed for doing it. He's just hanging out in the woods today. But, well, we'll see what else I end up getting into today. This one's probably just going to be a chitty-chatty kind of a video, and you never know, start thinking about something I want to talk about. Maybe I'll go ahead and start you up. Really? We end up coming up north. We get nailed. It's a pretty big piece. Wow. What a crazy storm. Sorry about the noise of the generator. We're charging up our battery. But holy cow, that was a really wicked, weird storm just passed through here. That happened all of a sudden real quick. Now, look, the sun came back out. Check this out. You know, it definitely, after a good rain, it smells so clean. Especially out here in the woods. Never really thought too much about it, but it was one heck of a storm, wasn't it? Holy cow. It's like, all right, we just had one of these downstate. What's going on up here? But now it's all calm. Everything's fresh and clean. I just love the smell of like the wet dirt. I don't know, it just smells good. It's one of those things, I don't know if any of you have ever smelt it. I forget what, there's a word for it. I forget what it is. I've seen it lots of times, but I forget what it is. One of y'all probably know. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. And we're gonna be hanging out in the camper today because it's getting on about 7 o'clock now. Gonna have some dinner. Sent Jason up to the store, get some hamburger buns. Gonna have some hamburgers. Maybe throw on some, yeah, actually I think I'm gonna make some baked beans with it. And ooh, got a wind coming through. All the little raindrops are gonna fall on me from the leaves. But we're gonna do dinner and hang out and try to keep being acclimated to this huge change. I don't know. Anybody else done something like this? How was your first week of doing it? We've kind of practiced for the last 5 years. Now it's test time. But yeah, we've been the froggy kind of touching our toes into the pond for the last 5 years with coming up on the weekends and doing stuff up here, but we got froggy and we leaped. I don't know. Probably just rambling. Actually, I know I'm just rambling. Just talking. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. Just looking out here and just so pretty. I just love it. So yeah, tell me what you guys did. What's some crazy adventure or something that you never thought you'd do? Something that you just, you always wanted to do it, and then finally you just do it. Tell me what you did. This is what I'm doing. Bringing y'all in for the ride too. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll show you some dinner later. I don't know. We'll see. He should be getting back here shortly. We'll get back to actually doing some work around here now that we're living up here. But I just wanted to have a little chitty chat with y'all, and I don't know, I might add more. He's back. We're gonna have some dinner now. Nummy, nummy.